So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved. Okay, Virgil, you're up first today, buddy.
This will be easy tonight. We got 3209 20th Street. This is a voluntary
32.
condemnation. This will be for the main structure only. The portable building in back there, they'll have to wind up removing it after they take the house down, but,
Looks nice.
oh yeah, it's a brand new building.
Is Mr.
So,
Ed
but,
living?
she knows about everything, and I doubt she'll be here
Nobody
tonight,
knows.
but
Horse
you
is a
never know.
horse.
Yeah.
She doesn't care. I mean,
No, this was a voluntary. She asked us to do this. That's all I've got tonight.
All right. Any questions for Virgil? Okay, thank you, buddy.
All right?
All right, Zach.
All right, we've got two for you guys tonight. One is a rezoning public hearing. So this is TTL asking to rezone 1.08 acres on Rice Mine Road from R1 to BN in Council District 3. So this is Emmanuel Baptist Church right up there on the corner of Rice Mine and I believe that's Watermelon or close to it. So this, the green roof building right there is Emmanuel Baptist Church. This was a house on their property that they have subdivided out, and they are rezoning in order to do a quick service drive-through. Pretty sure, I don't know if it's public knowledge. I'm not sure if it's public knowledge, but Mr.
some sort of
Mr. Crow
fast
knows.
food business.
You get a prayer.
Not necessarily fast
Oh,
food,
not
more in the
church
coffee industry.
Okay.
Um,
Not church
Not a drive-through.
It's gonna be retail. But our church is gonna retain the profit.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Busby said drive-through church service.
Yeah, exactly.
We have it all in the district.
Yep.
I can play doubles better than you.
So
Yeah, give us a line, get out of here.
unanimously recommended for approval, does conform to framework, and then these are the permitted uses in BN. So that's that first one. The second one is just an annexation for introduction that can be adopted tonight by unanimous consent. So this is up on Tiers Patton Road, just kind of a small house on Tiers Patton Road that they are wanting to annex in for city schools.
Always have to.
And on
Yes,
the
sir.
ones up
Ask the
there,
question about
do
Hotel
they have to
Yep.
be contiguous?
They do, the lake, they're right next to the lake, which is
Just
city
to the
limits.
lake? So
Yes,
you
sir.
could have property on either side that's not in the city, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, as long as you're touching the lake, you're touching city limits.
They're still signing something that says we know this is permanent.
Yes, sir. Yep. And unanimously recommended for approval as well for this one. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Zach.
Yes, sir.
How about it?
Yes, sir. Two quick things. First, the Mayor's Cup is coming up Saturday. Thanks to the work of K-Day, we have our highest registration we've ever had. And so we're expecting a great crowd. The weather looks great, so come out. And if you're there, I'd love to recognize you. Please let me know that you're coming. So we expect around about 2,000 people at the Mayor's Cup on Saturday. And so it's a great rate to raise money for pre-K. It's also good for our employees. We're self-insured, so the healthier our employees are, it's good for certainly themselves, the performance, and ultimately our health insurance fund. And so it is a benefit for all. I saw Sadell Bullard the other day, I think at a meeting over there at the Gateway with you, Mr. Tyner. Sadell was the brainchild behind all of it, our former associate HR director, and I told him, I said, I better see you out there. I remember the first year we were talking about it, I think down in my office, and I said, Sadell, you think we can even get 100 people? He's like, I think we can. And now look at where it's grown today. And so we're very, very excited. There's still time to register online at TuscaloosaMayorsCup.com. Certainly come out there. It makes such a difference for academically at-risk 4-year-olds. So hope to see everyone out there. But I want to focus on pre-K is certainly a passion of mine. But yesterday I attended with our team members on behalf of the city the Elevate Dual Enrollment Scholarship Luncheon. It was an amazing event, and one of the things they did is they recapped the impact of what Elevate has done for dual enrollment scholarships for our young people over the last 4 school years. As you may recall, Elevate, as part of our promise made back in 2019 and beginning in fiscal year 20, we pledged that we would pay for up to 6 hours and then 9 hours, and now it's 12 hours of dual enrollment credit for any sophomore, junior, or senior in the Tuscaloosa City Schools. And the difference it has made is life-changing. And so I just wanted to share with you a few of the data points that really struck me. So that's when it began, right during the midst of COVID in the 2020-2021 school year. We have 3 amazing partners, still in college, UA and Shelton State. By the way, Shelton matches us hour for hour. So if a student takes 12 hours paid for by the city of Tuscaloosa, Shelton gives them another 12 hours free. That's almost a full year of college that our young people are getting.
Thousands of dollars.
You'll see in a second in the slide the financial impact. There is not a city in Alabama nor a school system in Alabama that is doing anything like this. It's totally funded by the city of Tuscaloosa. We always hear about what are we doing for our young people. Well, this is one of the most extraordinary investments you will find anywhere. And it's just not college readiness, it's workforce readiness as well that's important, and especially at Shelton State. So as I mentioned earlier, it's up to 12 hours funded by the city of Tuscaloosa. Here's another thing that struck me. 55.4% of our dual enrollment students, it's the first time they've ever done anything like this. 55.4%. That tells me that those students probably wouldn't be taking advantage of this opportunity if it wasn't for this scholarship being out there. And so how many students have participated since we started? 1,577 students have earned college credit through the dual enrollment scholarship program. And the average savings, Mr. Fell, to those parents who've been part of it, $5,120. As I'm very proud to say that Taylor graduates on May 3rd. And as someone who paid for dual enrollment when she was in school, this program didn't exist when Taylor was going through high school. This is an amazing benefit to parents. And you have to live in the city of Tuscaloosa, you have to go to Tuscaloosa City Schools. And so that's another remarkable benefit about what we do. And so of those students, that 1,577 students, 6,357 college credit hours have been earned through our Elevate dual enrollment scholarship program. And so far, we've invested $3,545,000 in our young people just to get them to that point over the last 4 years. I think oftentimes we don't take the time at the city, and I talk to our team members about this a lot, to celebrate and spike the football about what we do. And we often hear, what are you doing? This is a program that, again, is not being replicated anywhere in the state of Alabama, only right here in Tuscaloosa. And we should all be very proud of it. And here's the reason why. Dr. Daria, obviously to the far left, these are 3 students who yesterday spoke about their experience. Harmony King, her grandmother is Stacy King, remember, who used to work for us in Community and Neighborhood Services. Tyler Little gave an amazing speech. He has earned already 34 hours. He's gone beyond the 12 we've given and the 12 that Shelton's given. That guy is full into sophomore mode.
Oh, yeah, he's very good.
And I don't have permission to say the colleges and universities he's looking at, but all 3 of them are really wanted. Now, Aneska, I'm going to have to talk to her. Her parents are good friends of mine. She's going to Auburn University, and we're going to have an intervention at some point with her. But she is, again, just like Tyler, just has taken full advantage of it, of the program, dual enrollment scholarship. And it really, just sitting there, made me proud of what we do at the City of Tuscaloosa. And I text Richard during the presentation. I said, I want to get that and show that to the City Council tomorrow. I want them to realize we're doing a lot of good for so many across Tuscaloosa, and we should be proud of that as a community. So those 3 young people up there are going to be leaders one day. All 3 of them are just, again, fantastic young people that represent our community well. And so I wanted to share this with you, knowing that high school graduations are coming up. You'll see them walk across the stage. And you can be proud to know that this city is helping them get to that next level where one day they'll be, hopefully, a couple of them will be in this room one day and helping to lead our city forward. So I wanted to take the time to share that with you, Mr. Tyner.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to. And we have no executive session, so I knew we'd have a little bit of time to share some good
She
news.
looks just like her mother, doesn't she?
Yes, and I hired her mother when I was executive director of personnel for the city schools. So
Wow.
I told her yesterday, I said, we're both so young. It's amazing. So
I have a question. When do they go? Do they take half day at their high school and they have to take half day courses, or are they just after school, or when?
it can be in different, depending upon Shelton, Stillman, and the university. It can be, most of the time it's adjusted within their schedule during the day, but some are, I know when Taylor was doing it, sometimes it would be after regular school hours. So the schools are very flexible.
Gotcha.
The college credit also counts as high school credit. So that's why they call it dual
So
enrollment.
if you
credit.
took college freshman English, for example, you would be getting credit for high school English?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That makes more sense to me.
And the other thing I would say is that we're still only getting 62% of students in the Tuscaloosa city schools are taking advantage of this. That means we have 38% of our students who are not. And I went ahead and said that you would be more than happy to fund more if we could get to 100%. So I've already written the check for you in that.
Yeah.
But just think about the difference it could make if we could get another 10 or 15, 20% to take advantage
You
of
mentioned the
this.
trades. If we could get them in the trades, they have work the day they finish. Just go to Shelton State out there, they go to work someplace if they want to. And there should be no debt whatsoever.
Well, the ability to, even if you wanted to say go to the University or Shelton, you could take your coursework at University or Stillman. You could take your coursework at Shelton. I assume most, if not all, would transfer to either one of those institutions. You would literally be starting your sophomore year. Only 3 years of college would your family or yourself through scholarships, Pell Grants, etc., would have to pay for it. I know one thing, if y'all still have this program when Eli's ready to go to college, I'm gonna make him do this, because it's just such a great, sets our children, they're not children, they're young people. It sets our young adults ready to be successful. And they had the counselors there yesterday, and I talked to many of them. They are pushing this as hard as we can. I hope our families will take advantage. We still have 38% of our students not taking advantage of this. We want to get them there, so they take full advantage of this dual enrollment scholarship program through Elevate. Lastly, Mr. Tyner, I want to thank our Elevate team who puts this, Brendan Moore, Katie Beth Jackson, Dakota. I know I'm leaving out some others in the department. They work on this with the school system to make certain it's seamless, and it is making a difference.
Well, I'll go on record today telling you I'll make sure when I'm here I'll take care of Eli.
Thank you very much. Make sure. We're counting on it.
I thought maybe you were gonna take some classes.
Well, he's not in the city schools.
That's true.
He's not in the city schools.
I got an A+ from my UAB blood stuff yesterday, and on my cancer center they gave me an A+.
Do you get all that money for that?
I'm getting so no means things. I'm gonna be here. Oh dear.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. I was very, very happy. That's wonderful. I saw some of the people that were there. They posted pictures, and it looks like it's just great, just great. It's only gonna grow. Haley?
We just have an
Thank you, ma'am.
update about the Historic Preservation Commission. We accepted applications for 2 weeks. They closed. We received 5 applications. You should have a packet with a list of all the applicants. The mayor's nominee is Dr. Wayne Yarbrough. All of the resumes are attached for you to review.
I do want to say, Mr. Diner, I'm sure maybe I have, but I don't recall having so many outstanding applicants apply. And so I've spent a little bit longer than normal going through the applications, talking to our team members. And so I don't think, you hate to say, I don't think you can go wrong with any choice that you make, but Dr. Yarbrough, because of the Buena Vista connection, knowing that this appointment is leaving from, the current appointment is leaving from Buena Vista, and wanting to keep that historic neighborhood as part of the historic district, for me, was a deciding factor among all equally great.
Well, I appreciate that because the, Ms. Wasden, because most people think the historic district is strictly all in Mr. Busby's and Mr. Wilson's districts, but, Buena Vista, right across from the Highlands, that they're kind of on an island, but, they've always, for years, have had one on the board, and Ms. Wasden is having, she's leaving, they're gonna travel, and so.
Is the
Dr.
Highlands part of that?
No.
Huh.
The Highlands decided they didn't want to go that route at that time, so when Buena Vista was going through it. So, I personally love to see Dr. Yarbrough, and keep that Buena Vista connection. And there also, I think isn't there another one or two coming up?
Yes, sir. There'll be
I'm sorry.
one coming up on May 31st. Yes,
Okay.
so we have,
On the
they're
31st
actually two
May.
terms, but Mr. Morris has expressed that he would like to be reappointed, if y'all would like to reappoint him. May 31st, 24.
So we'll have another,
Then that'll be for a full 3-year term, yes.
okay.
Can I have a week just to
Sure.
refresh myself on how many, who's on first?
I think
who's
they'll
on
be,
second?
fine another week.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Scott.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, council.
Afternoon.
Got a relatively light agenda this evening. I will start right here about midway down your page, where on page 16, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a letter from the Tuscaloosa Housing Authority in regard to the consistency of Public Housing Authority designated housing plan with the consolidated plan with special emphasis on elderly designation housing. This came to you last week in CD committee. On page 17, you'll be authorizing the Office of Community and Neighborhood Services to make a budget and program changes through a local amendment to the 2016 action plan of the city's 5-year consolidated plan for community planning and development programs for years 2015 through 2019. Again, this came to you last week in CD committee. On page 18, you'll be authorizing the Office of Community and Neighborhood Services to make budget and program changes through local amendment to the 2020 action plan of the city's 5-year consolidated plan for community planning and development programs for plan years 2020 through 2024. And again, this came to you last week in CD committee. On page 19, you'll be authorizing additional funding to 2022 Home Investment Partnerships Program contract with Habitat for Humanity of Tuscaloosa for the development of affordable housing. Total contract amount of $284,072.15. And again, this came to you in CD committee last week. On page 20, you'll be rejecting all bids for ready-mix concrete. This came to you from purchasing. On page 21, you'll be authorizing a contract for professional engineering and related services with Duncan Coker PC for the City Hall parking deck storm drainage project. This is a total of $5,900 and came to you in projects last week. On page 22, you'll be authorizing minor public works contract with MAG Contractors LLC. This is a total not to exceed $6,760 and came to you in projects last week. On page 23, you'll be authorizing Chief Information Officer to execute agreements and amendments and related documents for services provided to the City of Tuscaloosa by Unity Fiber. This came to you in projects last week. Skipping over the one that Mr. Pons covered, I'll be on page 26 through 32. We'll be amending sections 21 through 90, 21-90 through 21-99 of the Code of Tuscaloosa, and this was discussed in admin last week. Are there any questions for me?
Yeah, on page 19 on the the $271,716 in home investment partnership program funds, is that our money or is that some federal grant that comes to us to
It
be
is,
dispersed?
this is a part of LaPerry's group, and the home funds, I believe, are, community development block grant money, but.
Is anybody from,
Home funds are federally awarded through the Department of Housing and Urban Development. They are full federal funds through what is considered like the home program. It's not CDBG related, it is a sister program, but they're all federal funds.
okay, so it's federal money, it comes to us, and then we choose where to place it? Is that
There
how
are
it goes?
requirements about how to place it and certain criteria about organizations that we can work with to
But
place
within
it.
those parameters, we choose where to
Correct.
place it? Okay. All right, thank you.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Okay, we've got projects, finance, public safety, then council meeting, special call planning and zoning framework tomorrow, mostly I think districts 5 and 6. Correct? And at 5 o'clock, TPD Strategic Review Task Force again Thursday at 2 o'clock. Any other comments, communication, to anyone in the room today? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor say aye.